Okay, so the next Pathfinder here that I'm going to look at is one that looks like it's combining three shapes together, but really what it's doing is allowing you to take two shapes and run this operation on here called, I'm on the right one here. I'm pretty sure this is it. Yep. The name of this, I think, is called overlap. And what this did was, when I click away, it looks like it's one form, but if I go to Object Expand, now it's a group, and then I can go to Object Ungroup. And what it did here was it made a form that is the overlapping of the two of these. Now, why this can be really helpful is when you're trying to create drawings that have stacked shapes to indicate volume or shading, you use shapes to create other shapes. I will give you an example. So I'm going to trash that one. So in the example of, let's say, a face, I'm just going to select all and just delete that. And I'll start with a basic ellipse. And at the top of this shape, I think I will lower the midpoints or raise them. The other lower, there. So now it's more head-like. And I'm going to lighten this color a bit. Okay. And now I'm going to make a very rudimentary kind of nose shape and brow. So this will be rough, but here is a darker gray shape. And then on top of this one, I'm going to draw an ellipse. And I will make these into one shape by going to merge them. Now that's one shape. I'm going to duplicate by clicking and pressing the Option key and dragging this head shape over here to create more of a brow kind of a shape. I'm just guesstimating here where these eye sockets might be. And I'll duplicate this one next to it, like so. Close enough. Select these two, just these eye socket shapes, and I will merge these. And then select the background shape as well, and again I'll do this minus front. Okay, now I have this odd looking thing. If I go over here to this sub-select tool, or direct selection tool is really what it's called in Illustrator, delete the bottom half, bring this thing over, it will fit exactly where it's supposed to, right? It'll snap right into place, close enough. And then I'll go to the eyedropper tool here, and I'll sample this dark color. So I now have this kind of asymmetrical head thing going on. And then you can kind of keep going with this concept. Like I can decide whether I want these two things to be one piece or not. Let's just say I do, and now they're one piece. And then I could make a duplicate of this. And in fact, maybe I want to end up with multiple pieces here. So I could take a rectangle and draw it halfway across. Again, I just like to change the color so I can see what I'm doing better. And then I'll select here, and you can see that something is going to be left when I do this intersect. So now I did the intersect, and Object Expand, Object Ungroup, and click away. See, these are now all separate pieces, so I can use this as an individual shading object. Make it a little darker. And then I have this piece, and I also have this piece, which may or may not help my cause. So you can get a lot from cutting away of other pieces and deselecting and ungrouping and layering the shapes together instead of having to always be clicking every single shape that you make. So putting together an illustration can start taking on a whole different style for you. All right, so those are the Pathfinders briefly. I wish these tooltips were coming up faster, but they're not. So let's go over here to the help system, and I'll just go to Pathfinder. And they're also in the menu. These same things actually exist in the menu, and as opposed to on a palette. So you can find them inside the menu as well. And then if we go to help, that's where I'm getting that from. Okay. I'll also, aside from this video, give you a link to another video in the class materials for this week. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this one, stop record.